the mail? All kinds of crap. Okay, so I got a bunch of stuff in over the last week, and some of it's new, some of it's old, some of it's good, some of it's crap, but I'll show you some of the things that I did get in. In particular, let me start with some of the newer stuff. I'm not advertising for any place, but if you've looked at Temu.com or you haven't looked at Temu.com, Temu.com, they sell a lot of stuff on there. They do sell some knockoff shit. A lot of it is, I guess, their main headquarters is probably based in China, but they ship out of apparently U.S. locations, or they ship to them and distribute from them. So the most I've ever waited for something has been 2 weeks, where normally stuff from China is about a month. Anyway, I had a bunch of, I don't know how, somehow I had a bunch of credit in there, and I'm like, if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. So I said, all right, let me take a look. Well, I saw this Frankenstein. All right, it's a NECA Frankenstein. I've got one of the NECA Frankensteins, one of the Draculas. I said, all right, let me get this. It's great. It's a regular NECA. The price was good. Plus, I didn't have to pay for it because the money was already in there. And the figure's cool. All right, and a lot of you guys have seen this. What sucks about Temu that I come to realize is this figure was placed inside this skinny box to protect it. Perfect. Okay, great. Bends the tab. All right, whatever. But you can see the box is slightly crushed, which actually affected the box here. It's slightly crushed. And if you're a box collector, this is no good for you, so I wouldn't recommend you do it. Because they didn't put this inside a box. What they did was they took this box with another item that I bought, which was, I think it was this, and then they just put them in a plastic, one of those plastic, like, first-class mailers. And it's not first class, I don't think so. And they just send it, and the post office is going to treat it like shit. We know that already. So that box is, I don't care about that. And the figure's the box is a little fucked up, but we're going to get it on the wall with some of the others. It'll look fine when we're done. Just a shame, all right? NECA figures aren't cheap. I don't remember how much I paid for it on there, but then I found some other stuff, like this was kind of cool. It's JM Bricklayer, which is clearly some probably Chinese ripoff of Lego. Let's see, I think they're probably in China. Let's see, manufacturer, yeah, they're from China. Some kind of knockoff Lego, but I thought that was actually pretty cool because it's the Flying Dutchman ship, if you will. Ghost ship. I don't know if it glows in the dark. It looks like it might, or it's got the green pieces to make it look like it glows in the dark. There's 1,100 pieces. This is going to take a while. So we're not going to be going crazy on that. We'll eventually get to that around. All right, moving forward. One of the other things I got, and they seem to sell a lot of knockoff Transformer shit, which is actually pretty interesting. This actually came in a box, which then again also came in a plastic wrapper. And this is, let's see, it's clearly a Megatron. I did open it just to take a look. It is called Deformation, and it's Chinese as far as I can tell. Figure's actually pretty cool. Here's what he looks like in his package, if you will. He's supposed to be, I believe, Megatron of some sort. And they have a little cartoon. Yeah, they have a little cartoon on there. You can see, because you can see Optimus Prime, or a rendition of Optimus Prime right here in the middle. And this is their little cartoon, if you will, for it. And here is our 500 steps to transform him from robot to what I believe in the end is a, there it is. It's a pretty cool jet. So this is Savior Cool. Jeez, I need my glasses. It's got some really crazy. Savior Cool Deformed Robot. Savior. He's a cool deformed robot. I mean, seriously? You know, I always laugh at shit because I'm in IT and we see all kinds of manuals for a lot of cheap networking shit that people buy, Staples and Best Buy and stuff. And I crack up the manuals like, I know English isn't easy. It's not, but Jesus, get somebody who fucking speaks English to write your manuals and write this stuff up. I mean, that's so piss poor. All right, let's get on to the other stuff. So I won a lot of stuff that was labeled Big Jim. I don't think any of it's Big Jim. Matter of fact, there's quite a few pieces in there that look like Mr. Action. Now, They didn't come nice in a bag like this and wrapped in a box. It came in a big box. They took literally paper, put the shit, all these loose pieces, loose boots. I mean, you can see all the little shit in here, right? Loose pieces, little pieces inside. And they didn't even fold the paper tight. They just kind of wrapped it and threw it in the box. When the box came, it had been crushed by the post office again. The side was split open, and pieces were like, I don't know if I lost any because pieces looked like they were falling out the side. Anyway, when I got done trying to recover all the pieces, there's a couple things that were in there that caught my eye. The first thing was one of these Mister Action, LJN Mister Action from the 1970s, who was a G.I. Joe knockoff. This was one of his ATVs. I think I have like, I don't know, 10 or 11 of these. Well, in the ad, it was great in the auction because they showed the 3 side, but when I got it home, one of the wheels was broken. I don't think it was broken during shipping. I'm pretty sure it broke, it was broken before. Now, the neat thing about these, this was dirty, is that what I liked about this one is the green's still good, because here's one that's been sitting in the sun too long. You can see a huge discoloration on it. Even the stickers are discolored on it, as opposed to this one where they're kind of bright. What is good about this one is this clip here that's meant to hold this machete, if you will, is still in place. Actually, this can spin the other way, supposedly, if I don't break it. And I'm a little concerned about, no, there we go. I don't want to snap it because it's some pretty shitty plastic, but it holds a machete. Usually they're snapped off like this one here, completely broken off. Also, they have this, there's 2 clips here, right? One of them you can see is okay. The other one's broken, if you guys can see that. And this one, actually, they're intact. So, the thing was filthy. It's not too hard to get these apart. There's basically 2 tabs on this side and 2 tabs on the front. And all you do is kind of give it a little bit of a squeeze. What's up, Sanchez? The big Sancharoni. You give it a squeeze, it pops out. Even these wheels, they come as a set. They're clips here. So if you pop these clips, right, and you can do it with the top on. If you pop these clips, you can push these all out. So I said, all right, I got one clean set. So I took it apart, I cleaned it. It's still a little dirty, and I can still see it's not that great because I just kind of didn't soak it. I kind of give it a quick spray. All right, so what's the best thing to do here? Well, it's missing the seat. It does have the gear in the middle. It's missing, it broke, part of the clip broke, but it did also come with the crank on the back. It's missing a little piece here, and there was some rope wrapped up. It was all shitty, so I took it off. But this is the piece that goes in the back. This is a clear ripoff of the G.I. Joe Search for the Mummy's Tomb ATV. It's a Mister Action version. Usually this is missing, they're broken, but to me, they're still cool pieces. They're kind of shitty, but still kind of cool in any case. All right, so let's take this apart, because the logical thing to do with this, or the smart thing to do, is let that seat come flying off. Let's take it apart. Not that hard to do. Okay. That's filthy, as you can see. We're going to have to clear that. But what I'm actually going to do when we're done is I'm going to get the nice green one on top of it. It'll have the full wheels. It has all the clips. So I can get the machete on. I have the flashlight for it. This can go into the back. The seat will go in. The seat is just, this is 2 pegs if you guys haven't seen this. But the idea is you can drop the seat into here, right? So it goes on, storage case. This goes on top clip. And I have a much nicer, better looking one. This needs to be cleaned. It's filthy. I mean, this one's not even super clean, but you can see a huge difference in color after a wash. So we're going to wind up cleaning this, putting that together, and we're going to have a nice, better ATV. What's going to happen with the faded one? I won't get rid of it, even though it has a busted wheel or something. That's okay, man. That's okay. Even a three-legged dog needs love. So we're going to put this one back together, and then we have a couple extra pieces. The reason I went for this lot was, one, the ATV, because for some reason I have an obsession with hoarding them at this point. Hoarding, Brian Sanchez. Hoarding. H-O-A-R-D-I-N-G. How many is this? I think this is actually, I think this is like number 11 or 12. But you can see this one's got a book, but it's okay. This toy got a lot of love, apparently. Kid really went into it. So let's go into this bag, and maybe you guys can help me identify some of the stuff that's here, because some of it I'm not quite sure. I have a pretty good idea of everything that's in here. Then there's some really random, wacky shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? No idea. All right, I'm going to move some of these things back. I'm going to go through it. Oh, my goodness. All right, so first thing that we have in here, now what I notice in this lot is it's not, I don't think there's anything big, Jim. There's a lot of knockoff shit. This ladder, as you can see, is, if I remember correctly, yeah, this is the same ladder. Is it the same ladder or close to the same ladder, I think, yeah. That comes with the Empire Toys helicopters and van. So that's Empire Toys. Matter of fact, one of the ways I knew it was, actually we'll take a little walk over there in a minute, is because I have these and these pieces. If you've never seen these go to the Empire Toys Chuck Wagon Jeep, which we could take a walk over there in a little bit, or I'll bring it over, I guess it's probably easier, but they go to that. So I'm like, all right, here's some extra pieces. As a matter of fact, Sanchez, I think I sent you a Chuck Wagon Jeep, and you might be missing some of these pieces many years ago. I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago I sent to you. So if you're missing some pieces, Sanchez, let me know, because I got some extras. I'll send them to you. All right, some of the other stuff that showed up is this green ski, which it looks like it's a 12-inch. Again, could be Mister Action. I'm not 100% sure some of this stuff. I said I'm playing the game. This is probably a Mister Action Western hat, I'm guessing. Looks like a little, it's plasticky. Could be some other knockoff. We've got some boots here. We got some shorter boots. We got some taller boots. We got boots, all kinds of boots. Probably Mister Action. This is actually cool. So this is actually what I like about this, what I'm going to show you, is this brown ladder, which is very similar to the white one. It's got the, if you've never seen these before and you don't collect Empire Toys, maybe I should do a walk with them. Let's go do a walk. You got hooks on one side and you got these loops on the other. There was 2 of these that came with the Mister Action mobile base tower, and you would actually, 2 brown ones, you would actually hooks, you'd get the double length. Now the deal behind these was that, and I need these parts, is that they were rip off for this G.I. Joe tower you see, the training tower that's here. Let's go take a little walk. Let's go see what we got. Pull this out. Let's go take a little walk and we'll come back to this. So, perfect. All right, so let's flip this up. This is the Empire Toys. This is actually, these are 2 unopened versions of them. I think I sent Sanchez my open one. Matter of fact, Sanchez, you probably need that too. Go through the one I gave you and see what parts there. So it's a red Jeep. Empire made all these Jeeps. They made all those really fun helicopters you see back here that everybody sees. These and those and the Chips vans and all that shit. But what's pretty cool about the Chuck Wagon is all the parts. My good friend Doug Schnitzbaum from back in the day had this when we were a kid. I remember him opening up. So there's all kinds of little pieces that came with. The funny thing about Empire is they used somebody else's dolls or action figures, I think they were dolls, to pose. This looks like Sunshine Family. I mean, these are not, they didn't make any action figures. So you have all these pieces. So there's the flower, a sack. I'm going to show you some of these blue pieces, some of these green ones, and so on. A lot of the lantern was pretty much the same one that I think we had for Marks and Big Jim. But actually some pretty cool stuff. This tower is where these brown ladders come from. If you haven't seen these, this is them. You can see there's 2 of them. Might be a little hard to see. They're hooked together, and they make this long ladder for the Mister Action mobile base tower, if you will. And again, they came with a string, and just like the G.I. Joe tower, you'd run it out and you'd let it go. What's typically missing with these is the actual zip line piece that he would hold on to. Now, Mister Action, as much as we like to say he had a lot of action, he had really shitty hands. He's had hands like these, hands like these. He ain't holding on to nothing, my friends. There ain't nothing he's holding on to. Let's say we put a flashlight. There we go. He's holding on to nothing. Here's an actual example of the ATV. The hook's back here, and you can see all the parts are here. This one's actually complete. It's in good shape. This is another one where it's got some parts and so on. Then I've got a bunch of them that just, you can see some are faded and so on. And then that wonderful box example from Germany, which is pretty cool. And then these, I love these vehicles. And fortunately, I have good friends like Brian Sanchez and Danny Gates and Ray Jewett who send me parts for these for free. Like these towers are just cool, but they're missing pieces. Actually, this one's complete. This one's complete. I don't have all the pieces. The gun's in there, the gun rack. This one's almost complete. It's missing the zip line, which I'm going to show you in this set. I got one. Like I said, these are always gone. String, no big deal. And then these are also complete. But anyway, let's get back to where we were. Oh, it's plastic. Okay, never mind. It's been a while. Yes, it's blow molded, Sanchez. But if you need those parts, Sanchez, you let me know, because here at MegoLike or MyMegoLike, we love to make our fellow collectors happy. We don't give a shit about who's the toy king. We don't care who has more than anyone else. It's all about community. So, very happy to be able to find some of this stuff. So here's one of the ladders that we need for one of the towers. Fantastic. What else we got? Here is the blue shovel that comes with the Empire Toys chuck wagon to go with this bale of hay and this sack of flour, if you will. I believe this table goes to it, or something similar. It might go to another knockoff set. This is a green. It's literally a big gym table that's green with a sticker on top. Some of these go to that set. I have to go do a full look. This is one of the clips that goes on, I believe, to the front. I think this goes on the front of the chuck wagon, like a floodlight, if you will, on it. This hat, which I'm pretty sure is Mister Action. And I've got this. I'm not sure who this is. I don't know if this is Mister Action. I gotta go take a look. It's huge. It is a huge hat. If I was to take a G.I. Joe vintage and put it on, it's huge, you can see. So it could be Mister Action. They had a lot of badly or poorly proportioned items. What else is in here? This is actually one of the gun racks to compete with the G.I. Joe gun rack, which I have over there. But this is the one for Mister Action Tower, another tower piece I needed. Fantastic. Here is the actual zip line. This is actually what I was pining for, believe it or not, this stupid zip line piece. Very, very hard to find. I'll look after this, see what, yeah. So Sanchez, just take a picture of what you have accessory-wise, and let me know just take a picture and send it to me, because if you don't have any of these parts, I'm sending them to you, because I have 2 box ones. I actually found there's another bale of hay, if you need that, Mr. Sanchez. This is the world's most giant, I guess, oxygen tank or something, or Coca-Cola soda machine tank. I don't know if this came from a doll set. It's big. It's pretty big. We got some Lego in there, in case anybody wants some Lego. I mean, there's so much random shit in here. What is this? I have to see what this says. I need my glasses. I can't see this shit. This is 1973, made in Hong Kong. I don't know what this is, but the back is stamped with the year 1973 and made in Hong Kong. It looks like maybe a cap to something, or a gear. Anybody know? I don't know. Let me know. Oh, maybe Action Man. That's a possibility. It's a really shitty quality one, though. Like the plastic in here, there's nothing like G.I. Joe quality. It's all shitty. So this black hat, I believe this is the Empire Toys Best of the West. What's his name? Oh my God. Billy the Kid. I think this is his hat, if I remember correctly. I don't think it's not Lone Ranger. I'm pretty sure it's Empire Toys. This is the steering mechanism for the mobile base tower. Now, it's missing the 2 handles. And I remember what's really funny is, not funny, but I remember I had one of these before, and in 2 separate lots, I got a left handle and a right handle. They snap off. You can see they're easy to break. It's just some really shitty plastic. It's that cheap Chinette kind of plastic. This goes on the front for him to drive, and there's usually like a clip here which broke. It doesn't really snap in, it kind of holds it. But I found 2 of them, and I was able to fix one over there. So we'll be keeping that, because I need that for another one. This, I believe, Sanchez, goes to I believe these pieces here, these blue pieces, these go to the chuck wagon. This one definitely goes to the chuck wagon. You'll see this is kind of a cheap version of the lantern. You saw that on the box. Looks like the lid to the coffee pot. A lot of these pieces look like they were either borrowed or stolen from either Mark's or Big Jim, like the pots and the pans and stuff. Here's the pickaxe that goes to it, Sanchez. I don't think you have any of this stuff. So here is the driving mechanism for the ATV. Now, normally there's 2 pieces of plastic here. You see there's only 1, and what happens is that would kind of go in there and snap in, because it's it holds in by pressure, but the plastic is so shitty. I mean, it's terrible, like no joke, it's horrible. There you go, we go like that, and then, so that's not hard to fix. You can actually put put another piece of plastic, because once it goes into the hole, it disappears. No jokes, Sanchez, no jokes. All right, so we can fix that with that, but I need that for another vehicle. These, again, those are the pieces I was looking for. So it looks like somebody chewed the end off that ski, maybe. Here's the ski. This is most likely Mr. Action. Here's the other ski. This is, okay, so this is a knockoff of a Big Jim, or, actually, what did I do? Did I turn the light off? Maybe it's on, I don't know. Probably kill that now, all right. Sorry, I'm trying to like adjust this shit while we're doing it. So this is a knockoff of a Big Jim War. This comes out of one of a bunch of different Big Jim camping knockoff sets. I have a couple of them, some in box, some not. These look like, so this, the reason with the hat, I was saying those are Mr. Action, because these look like Mr. Action knockoff from the cowboy set. I have a cowboy set over there. I'm going to have to compare it. Let's get into a little more. Here is some kind of baseball cap. I think it's stamped Hong Kong. Let's see. That is made in Hong Kong. So here's some shitty baseball cap. Very cheap plastic. And I think I'm starting to see that this might be a baseball shirt that I went with, perhaps. That kind of looks like a baseball jersey to me. And I think that hat might have gone with it, to be honest with you. Then we have some kind of shorts here. They're not in good shape. You can see they've got the blue stripes kind of coming apart a little bit. I have this red tracksuit thing here with the white stripes. I'm pretty sure this is Mr. Action or something similar, maybe a similar knockoff set. I have this, I don't know what this is. I have some blue, this is some, it's a sweater. I don't know if this is Ken or something. It's a pretty heavy sweater there. That's what she said. I knew you were going to say that, Sanchez. I knew it. We've got this tennis racket, potentially Barbie, maybe action figure related. I'll have to take a look, do a little more research. We have your Jimmy hat, Mr. Sanchez, with a pom-pom on top. This is stuff's kind of looking a little dollish to me. I don't know. There is this silver piece of junk. I don't know what this goes to. We'll figure it out. These yellow shorts with a white stripe, which are actually in pretty good shape. These almost, I don't want to sound like, these might be Big Jim. They look like Big Jim to you. They look a little big, Sanchez. Actually, they look almost G.I. Joe size, so. But they're, they've kind of got the white stripe. They're actually in good shape. Anybody else might know? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? This looks like probably another Mr. Well, there's a fortune cookie tag. I can't see anything. Oh, it says made in Hong Kong. So most likely this is probably another Mr. Action cowboy hat, shirt or something. Oh, here's some really cool jeans. These look like your jeans, Sanchez. Aren't these the same ones you wear? Look at those bell bottoms, man. Like, holy crap, dude. These could be ringing at Notre Dame. Look at the bell bottoms on those. No offense, anyone. If you like bell bottoms, I got to be honest with you. I never understood why people wore that shit. I don't get it. This seems to be the top to some kind of probably die-cast vehicle. Looks like that's a back window. And there's so much random shit in here. Another cowboy boot. There's some white crappy boot that's kind of splitting. Let's see. This, I am not sure if this, I believe this goes with this. This might be, no, it's probably not it. This is obviously this actually might be Lone Ranger. I can't tell. I have to look. It's rubbery, so it's got that Lone Ranger feel to it from Gabriel. Then we have this really crappy flexible rifle. I didn't do a lot of looking to see if there's any markings on it, but it was painted with some black and brown on it. This is what's left of a snake. The tail is gone. And I was really hoping Sanchez was going to say, oh my God, that's the snake to the G.I. Joe training tower that somebody bit the tail off of. Dude, I thought you rocked those. No, I never rocked bell bombs. I was out of this country when you guys were wearing fucking bell bombs. No way, dude. I was overseas. Hell to the no. Not sure what this is. This looks like a beer funnel for a very small fraternity house, perhaps. Okay, it's rubbery. I got these. What the fuck this is? This is to be doll clothes or something. These are like, I don't even know what this is, how to describe it. Some kind of skirt. I have no idea. I'll send that to you, Sanchez. I know you're looking for it. This, I don't know. This looks like, this is like some kind of, it's like dynamite. Can you guys see that? It's like some kind of dynamite there. I took the bulb out overhead because it was annoying. What is cool is this pretty sweet, is it scaled? Yeah, look, it's probably Big Jim scaled. It's not Big Jim, it's kind of Big Jim. This golf club. It's like, I don't know, 5 wood maybe or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I thought that was pretty cool. What else we got? Then we've got this other really shitty one. This is all silver. This looks like a putter. It looks like somebody had some kind of golf set. Don't know. It's really cheap plastic. Of course, you can't have a cowboy outfit without some giant crappy plastic gun oversized 6-shooter. This was pretty neat. This, I'm trying to remember where I saw this. I believe this is this Mr. Action? I'm trying to think. Maybe somebody can help me identify. I think that's Mr. Action. It's kind of an old radio. It looks like the antenna's missing out of it, and it's a really crappy plastic. I'm sure it's not Joe. It doesn't say Hasbro on it. But it does have some design on the back, if you guys could see that. And that's pretty sweet. I thought that was pretty cool. Rocking that shit pretty hot. All right, what else we got there, Sanchez? Well, I thought originally when I saw this in the lot that this might be an Action Jackson alligator from Mego, but it's actually a little bit bigger, and it's hollow in the bottom of all things. Yeah, pretty shitty. It's just basically a shell with no substance. No comment, Sanchez. Sorry, Sanchez. Okay, this is, there's something broken off the end here, and this looks so familiar, and I can't tell what it is. Isn't this one of the, I'm even afraid to say it. I don't want to say it, but this looks very familiar. Can anybody help identify what that is or what that went to? It looks very, it's got these kind of marks on it. It looks familiar. I just can't tell what it is. What I do like is I did get this, you're going to love this. The paint's worn off it a lot, but I got this alligator, this rubber alligator. You're like, what's the big deal? What do you mean, what's the big deal? What kind of a fucking question is that? Well, let me answer that for you. I'm glad you asked. This rubber alligator is actually one of the ones that came with the, if I'm correct, yes, it is, I'm sorry, came with the LJN Mister Action ATV vehicle. They came with these shitty rubber animals. There was a snake. It wasn't that snake, no. That snake was definitely not it. You need help, Harvey. I can only see Sanchez's comments. I'm assuming he's the only one that's writing. So, this came with the set. They are just crappy rubber animals, but the alligator, there's 2 alligators, I think there were, and a snake that came with the jungle set, the ATV. Then there were 2 sharks, rubber sharks, that came with the land sea sled, if you will, which I showed you over there. They're all stacked up, the blue ones. They're very hard to find because even if you find this exact rubber alligator, which they did make in the 70s, and the sharks they made in the 70s, they actually changed the paint slightly for the Mr. Action set to make them a little different. So the sharks, for example, if you're to buy them on one of those boxes at the 5 and dime or McCrory's or whatever for a quarter or a nickel, whatever they were, the eyes were white. But when you get on with the LJN set, they painted them blue, which is pretty cool. This one's definitely missing some paint. If you take a quick look, you can see off the snout there's paint missing, so, but it's still a cool piece. It's a vintage Mr. Action, which I don't really love the Mr. Action figure, but I love the vehicles and stuff. I mean, it just takes a shitload of balls to come and say, you know what, G.I. Joe's got this cool vehicle. Let's make something a little bit cheaper or a lot cheaper and sell it, because I think it's funny. You've heard 100 times, you know, talking with other guys, and we mentioned this the other day when I was on with David Eon and LPH from Open by Chance Vintage Toys. There's a shameless plug for you, David and LPH. We were talking about how, like, you know, your grandmother went to get you a Christmas present or a birthday present or whatever, some present for something, and she knew you like G.I. Joe, or that was the popular toy, and what did she wind up doing? She wound up buying some cheap-ass knockoff at Woolworths, not realizing it wasn't the real G.I. Joe. This is some kind of missile to something or whatever. I don't know. Maybe somebody can identify that. I heard it's worth $1 billion, but I'll sell it for $1 million to whoever wants it. This, I don't know what this goes to. I am not sure. It is some kind of handle or something. Obviously, it clips into something here. I'm just curious what these pieces are. I mean, I guess I can try a Google search on them, find out. This is, I don't know, a tail, a plane, I don't know, a wing, I'm not sure. Trying to figure that out too. And if you're commenting and I'm not seeing it, I'm sorry, I apologize. All right, so we do have this. We have the weight set, and I'm pretty sure that's not Big Jim Sanchez, right? I think that's probably Mr. Action or some other knockoff set, if you will. Little weight set there. I don't know. Oh, actually, I do know what this is. Hold on. I just realized what this was. Stay tight. You're like, what is that? How do you know? I'm going to tell you in a second. This is actually the front end to a fire extinguisher that goes to this. They're both this cheap blow molded plastic, and what is missing is the tube that connects here into here. So that is an old quote-unquote fire extinguisher. It's not Barbie. I don't know what it is. I really don't, but it's not Barbie. It's something else. All right, we're still going. We're almost at the end. We have this random piece. What the fuck this is? This looks like steps to something. It's kind of got like materials almost if you were going to walk on it so you don't slip kind of thing. No, it's definitely not Big Jim Sanchez. It's not. And it looks like it's a stair to something, so I'm not sure. Maybe we can help identify that. I'll put up some pictures. We'll see what happens. I have this. I'm not gonna even say it. I have this blue ring. That's all I'm gonna say. If I can say anything else, Sanchez. I do have this. Actually, give me a second. I just want to check something out real fast because I wonder if this is that. No, it's not. Okay, just looking. So I have some kind of fire extinguisher base. I don't know who it goes to. But it's missing the part that you hold and the hose. But that's kind of a harder plastic. I think it says made in Hong Kong. Let's see, that is Hong Kong. That's Hong Kong on the bottom, ladies and gentlemen. That's Hong Kong. I don't know what that is or who that went to. Some more random junk. Okay, so this, I don't know what this is. This broke, and then there's like a million of these broken pieces. I don't know if they're like a helicopter thing or something. I don't know. They're all like broken pieces. I'm like, I'm not gonna even screw with that. Who really cares? They're broken. So here's another piece. Unless these were for like, a model kit or something. I don't know. I'm just holding on to them for now until I figure out what they are. The mystery will go on. The struggle is real, ladies and gentlemen. The struggle is real. Some blue shorts. These are some, I don't know what the white ripped up shorts. These are terrible. And then we have, I don't know what this is. Some kind of hooks onto something on the back. I don't know. This, which I couldn't tell you what this was to save your life. I don't know what this is. I have no idea. Might be chewed. This, God knows what that is. No idea. And then there's this piece of threaded metal that's bent. Not quite sure. Listen, I can find a purpose to use for the threaded metal again. I'm not sure where this would have come from. It's definitely not an antique toy from what I can tell. This is one of the legs, I believe. Is this one of the legs of that table? No, it's not. I thought it was. I thought this was one of the legs of the table. It's too skinny. It looks like it, but it's too skinny. It's not it. Then we have, almost at the end here, my goodness. Then we have whatever that, this is like a little, this is like a knife sheath or something. It's tiny though. And then this interesting piece. So when I took the ATV out, it was rattling. So I opened it up because I was going to clean it anyway, as I just showed you. And this piece was rattling inside. It's got the same color as the Mr. Action stuff. There's even a hole there. It went on top of something. It's like it's an end piece. I don't know. I'm not sure. Is there anybody else out here besides me who collects Mr. Action junk? I mean, I know a few people that do. Is there anybody who collects this shit? Because it is some of the cheapest crap out there, but god damn is it fucking vintage. You gotta love that old vintage. Love the old vintage. Gotta love it. You know, it was actually pretty funny. I was looking the other night and I was just searching Woolworths on eBay just to see what was there. It's really amazing to take that walk back in time and see when see some of the stuff they used to sell. It's what the packaging where it looks like they stuck a price label on, but it was already pre-printed. You know, and there was a lot of companies like Durham, for example, that sold figures where they said Durham on them, and it was just a box, and then they sold a similar one, and Durham was kind of moved or taken off, and it would say FW Woolworths, and then there was a printed sticker. So instead of slapping a sticker on with a price, it was actually printed to look like a sticker, but it wasn't. And a lot of that stuff would start to show up. You know, around Durham did a lot of that and all over the place. So it was a lot of fun. Anyway, that's the haul, the crap that we got. There's more stuff coming in. I have something that I was just talking to Sanchez about tonight and showing him that if it comes in, I'm going to be so excited to show you guys. I tried, but I gave it all to you. Oh, so you're welcome. Big Jim tried to collect Mr. Action. You said, yeah, he did. Brian Sanchez sent me all of his Mr. Action shit. So, yeah, that was pretty much it. But, yeah, so I can't even say what I was saying. I'm so tired. It's been a very long week this week. That's why I haven't done any videos. It's been absolutely crazy. So I was talking to Sanchez about, so if I get this thing in, hopefully soon. Apparently it's in New Jersey, so I can drive and pick it up. If I win it in the next 24 hours, fingers crossed, I'll have something really cool that's a variant of something that I have that I've never seen before. And not to say that I've seen everything, but I've been doing this a long time. Even with a break, I've been doing this a long time. And you start to think you've seen most of it. And then all of a sudden, something new pops up. So I'm very excited, and it's not even that expensive right now. Hopefully nobody will screw me out of it at the last minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is a long, long days we've been having. And thank you guys all for watching. I hope you guys go and check out the video we did on Saturday night on the YouTube channel of the very popular David Eon and LPH Open by Chance Vintage Toys. We were talking about shipping nightmares, and just an interesting discussion of the kind of stuff that goes on. I know I showed you guys the chips box last time, some of the stuff, how the box got a nice hole in it because somebody actually took a vintage Empire Toys box, instead of putting in something else, they just slapped the label and shipped it. I'm like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. So that was a nightmare. But we were having all discussions about that, things that show up crushed in the mail, things that never make it. I had something shipped 2 months ago, never showed up, nobody can find it. Nobody knows where it is. Post office like, what do you want us to do? I'm like, find it. You know, we get millions of packages or millions and millions. What do you want us to do? Okay, don't know where it went to. Actually, it's something from a good friend of mine in Germany who sent me 2 months ago. Didn't get here yet. He messaged me about, oh God, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, and he said, man, I'm really sorry because you're never going to believe this. It came back to me. I said, it did? What was that? He said, they just tore the label off. Like your label I put on for you, they tore it off. It's like, you got to be kidding me. So one of the things I would advise you if you're shipping stuff, you want to make sure it gets there. If you put a label, tape that label down really hard to the package so that it can't just be ripped off easily. Both directions, this way and this way. That's good. And pack your shit well. I mean, think about what you're doing when you're sending stuff, if you're sending stuff to people, or, you know, look, you got to look at things like, well, I collect, so I expect things a certain way. There's a certain reality we have to realize when a person ships something, no matter how well they wrap it, there's always a chance it can get hit, it can get hurt or broken or ruined by the way it's handled. If you've never seen inside the U.S. mail, UPS or FedEx, the way they treat packages, if you did, you'd probably never ship anything again. I had the wonderful experience in college of working at UPS for a couple of weeks, and oh my God, it's chaos. It's utter chaos, and that was years ago. It's worse now, I'm sure. So, yeah, there's a certain reality you have to realize that shit might not make it. So wrap it well, do the best you can. And, you know, we were saying this the other night, that even if you get something and it's it's broken or destroyed or crushed, and you send it in for the insurance, I would say most times people really don't, you know, they don't want to have it lose their money and not get the thing, but they'd rather have the item than the money. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, if I find a box like that that's perfect and now it's damaged, will I ever find another one like it? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's hard to find. It took me years to find that one, and they damaged it. So there's a certain amount of reality you have to realize, like, these things can get broken. They can get hurt. They can get damaged. I'm very fortunate that 5 out of 6 days a week, my mailman, I've had the same mailman for 19 years. He's fantastic. He never leaves anything in the rain. He won't put it down on a wet or dirty surface. He'll take it to the back and so on. He actually takes great care with it. Whereas the temps will come in and take packages, or the FedEx guy and the UPS guy, they'll leave it on my front step in a in a freaking rainstorm. And you just get this soaking wet box, you pick it up and it falls apart. It's terrible. So anyway, so thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it very, very much. I mean that in all sincerity, except for Brian Sanchez. He's the only one I don't appreciate. And if you guys get the opportunity, if you're not a member of our Facebook group, MyMegoLike, check it out. It's a very, very fun group. We love the open speech aspect without stomping on everybody's toes for stupid shit. We should also go check out some of the other greats out there. Like I said, David Eon LPH that do Open by Chance Vintage Toys, Johnny Shedrick's MIB Master Toy Museum, Rich Hurley's Dr. Durant's Sanctum. Oh, there's so many. Ray Castiel's Basement of Horror. There's many, many out there, and I'm sure I'm missing a bunch, and I apologize. I don't mean to insult or cut anybody off. It's been a really long, it's been a very long week and a long day. And some things don't come to mind. But come check out our group. And if you're in the group, don't be shy about showing your collections and show whatever. The name of the group is MyGoLike. It does not mean it has to be like Mego. Matter of fact, most of the stuff in there, or half the stuff in there, is probably not like Mego. It's completely other stuff. G.I. Joe, comics, movies, whatever people are posting. So we encourage that, and we really enjoy that, and we really enjoy having you guys in there. The room is for you guys, you know. It's for you guys to enjoy and to do what you guys like. We don't want any overseers in there telling everybody what to post and how many words you can put in and, you know, all that kind of shit. We get it why some rooms do that. We just don't want to do that. We want to have that open, free experience so people can flourish in their exchange of ideas and collections and so on. Right, Sanchez? Right. Okay. Anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Have a great evening. I'm going to get off this thing now, and we'll say good night. Thanks for watching. Peace.